Hi Mary and Beth, this is Greg. I wanted to provide a brief example of what I was talking about in terms of in the email as well as in the call with Amy about a different way that you could present your PowerPoint in terms of how it would appear potentially more usefully to users in online learning environment like Moodle. So if we look at your PowerPoint, and I realize that this is just that you're just framing things out right now. The first 7 slides are pretty consistent in terms of content, images and content. You have some notes underneath here, and this is just stuff that you would either normally speak to the viewer or something that you would have them read. But then when we move into slide 8 from on, this becomes a more interactive, more participatory part of the lesson. So what I would suggest doing is splitting this after the 7 slides so that the first section is instructional and then the second section is more interactive and more responsive and reflective with the content. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second with a mock-up that I made at Moodle. For example, here there's a slide where it's, watch Olive Jarvis at the drum store go through the whole video. Then this next one, there's the first 2 minutes. Let's focus on this. You have your targeted principles here, and then underneath there's a more intense discussion, and you ask some questions. Same pattern occurs on the next slide. 46 seconds of time. These are the key principles. These are the things that we're looking for in terms of Matt and Tracy. Then this is repeated again through several different slides, and I didn't reconstruct all of these, but I want to show you how this could appear in Moodle. So when we go down to Moodle, I'm going to go to the test course that I set up for you. This is just so you can see an example. Please don't pay attention to how this upper part looks here. What we want to focus on right here is on your topic. Now notice that what I've done is there is first, there's a name for the topic, and then I clearly indicate to the viewer, to the learner, that these things are in a specific order, so please follow this specific order. Then what I've done on some of these is I provided textual clues that this is second, this is third, etc., etc. We also have icons which indicate that this is a PowerPoint, this is a page, this is a forum, this is a video, this is another video, and then we have another forum. So when we open up the PowerPoint, this is what shows up as another screen. So I open it up, and then what I see is a PowerPoint. I took this from your original one and I made a copy of it. It should only have the first 7 slides on it. So pretend these are the first 7 slides from your PowerPoint presentation. I, as a student, go through the first 7 slides. Okay, I'm done. Boom, boom. I come back. What is next? Well, so once we have finished looking at the PowerPoint as a student, then they'll come back here. They'll see that the next thing that they're going to do is to watch the full Jarvis video here. So they come to this page, they see the Jarvis video, and they see the introductory text from your PowerPoint slide. What's useful here, I think, is that rather than having to upload a massive size file for PowerPoint to Moodle or anywhere else, what you have is instead you have that video present right here, and it's broken down into chunks. So once a student has watched that, they go back, they see the third step is respond to intervention principles. This is something that I drew from your slides and your content as they exist, and I created a forum, and then key interveners principles. I'm not sure if it should be singular or plural, but basically they've just watched this long video, so then we can now ask, what are some of the 11 interveners principles that you saw in the video? Were the principles followed? What specific evidence did you find? This is the kind of thing that you would normally do when you're engaged, obviously, in larger group conversations or classroom discussions before doing the individual breakdown. And so rather than having this be a slide with the questions or a slide with the rhetorical prompts, we can have it be a different activity. And so if somebody wants to get up between the second and the third step and go grab a cup of coffee or go hit the head or answer the phone or what have you, they can do that. But this structure here still maintains the flow. Then following the design in your PowerPoint, the next thing is the first 2 minutes of Jarvis at the drum store. And then this is not formatted in a great way. I just grabbed the text. So, the targeted principles, individualized interaction, and then these things. And then now that you've seen the video, let's take a look at the smaller portion. And the video could be either at the top or it could be at the bottom. Right now, the video is actually loaded onto Moodle, and if you look down here in the bottom left corner, you would have seen trying to reach the Moodle database, etc. Because of the size of the file, it takes some time to load. You saw before there was a blank screen here, right? That blank screen meant that Moodle had not fully loaded this yet. If we have these videos embedded and we have them stored at YouTube and we stream from YouTube, we will not have the slow response like this in most cases. I just wanted to explain why sometimes you or your students may see gaps if we try to host the videos at Moodle. And that gap, sometimes if people are impatient or they don't know how the system works, they'll just move on and they'll skip it and they'll assume that there's something wrong with the system, when in fact it's just not as up to speed with our expectations. So then they can watch this video and you could choose to have the video before or after these questions, however you prefer. Then we are done. We go back. Then there could be another video here. As you see again, over here is a blank space. The video hasn't loaded yet. Down here there's a transferring the data, so it's attempting to load the movie. And the student could read this first and then watch the video, or watch the video and then read the text. However you would like that laid out. That did not seem clear to me from the PowerPoint slides. It's something that I think you would make clear as a speaker. So again, you can make those decisions. And as we sit here, another way of thinking about this is that each one, and this one is clearly taking a lot longer to load. If you think of each of your slides or sections of your content can be broken down into different stages, such as either video clips or PowerPoint or text posted to pages, etc. And then you can even add in form and responses. What I really want to indicate is that I have not taken all of your content, I've just taken a short area of it. But what I've hopefully done is demonstrate or show another way that you can chunk your content to optimize the viewing in the rich media and to optimize discussion and feedback and discourse with your students, while still maintaining your rhetorical, theoretical, and experiential power and communicating that to your audience. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll be talking sooner rather than later, and I'm looking forward to it. Ciao.